And good evening, Savannah and the Coastal Empire. Welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sound Garden Stage. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Now, I got to tell you, though, we got 3 shows now that's part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Okay, you got, of course, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. But leading off in front of me are 2 shows. At 5:30, we got What's Happening in the Sound Garden with John the Man Henderson and Thomas Claxton. They'll tell you what's going on in the Sound Garden as far as music, what's coming up. Big weekend. We got the Yacht Club. You got to come check it out. And then, of course, at 6 o'clock, you got Rubbin' and Grubbin' with the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain, and the OG of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, the producer, Lawrence Bennett. I'm glad you could join me. It's June 26th. A little hot outside, but you know what? There's been plenty of Saturday mornings that I sat out here and it was 33 degrees. It was 42 degrees. I'll take 95 degrees and feels like 105 any day. I'm here in T-shirt, shorts. Hey, tonight's school, I'm representing Minnesota, the Gophers of Minnesota, the University of Minnesota. Of course, Zaquan Bryan up there from Benedictine Military School. Got to represent Minnesota. Last week, I was representing the South Effingham Mustangs. You got a school you want me to represent, let me know. I'll come get the T-shirt, and I'll wear it on Wednesday nights. Okay? So we'll go from there. But once again, we got a great lineup for you. Like I say every week, you got to love it. Okay, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell so you get a notification when the show comes on. I need some followers. The coach needs some help. That's right. The coach needs some help. I got like 315 followers on YouTube. Please, let's grow that page. I need your help. Great show tonight. Got to be talking to more champions. That's right. That's all I've been doing all summer long is talking to the Georgia High School State Association track champions. Well, we got the coach kick it off at 7:15 from Savannah Christian, head golf coach, former Raider herself, Annie Baldwin Keller. 3 state titles in a row. She won a state title back there in, I won't give away the year, but she was coached by the great Doyle Kelly. Looking forward to about 7:15 with Annie Baldwin Keller, or Andy Keller. I know her as Annie Baldwin, but she is married. So, all right. And then about 7:30, 300 meter state track champion in Class 3A. This kid is 6'5", runs the 40 in 4.5, won the 300 meter. Got to talk to him. Another gold medalist from the Savannah area, from Savannah Country Day. We'll be talking to the GHSA Class 300 meter track champion, Andrew Wynn. And he's a rising senior. He's been taking a lot of trips, going all over the place for football. That's right. He's a football track athlete. Used to be 3-sport. Gave up the basketball to concentrate on the football and the track. Can't wait to speak to them. All right. Remember, we take 3 steps in the door. We go high school, we go college, and we go pro. First step in the door, let's talk a little high school sports. Big congratulations to the Lady Warriors, Jenkins Warriors girls basketball program for putting on another summer league. Excellent summer league for all the teams that took part. Every Tuesday night at Jenkins, you can go watch it. It was called Above the Rim. Coach Brianna Brooker does a great job. And then over at Savannah High, we had the boys. Of course, George Brown helped with the legendary, assisted by the legendary coach Tim Jordan. Don't forget, starting July 1st till July 7th, it's the Georgia High School State Association second dead week of the summer. Well, you're probably saying, what's the dead week, Coach? Well, in May, at the end of school, they get a week off. They can't do anything, okay? No athletic events, practices, meetings, training, etc. Well, they give them 2 periods to give the kids and coaches a break. Following the dead week, the Georgia High School State Association's 2024-25 athletic year will kick off unofficially. Teams can still practice. Teams still can go at it. But once football starts, the other teams can't practice with their coaches. They can do conditioning, but you can't practice. And that full football practice can commence on July 29th, and games can start on August 16th. And we do have a game kicking off on August 16th, New Hampstead against South Effingham, August 15th. Thursday night. So that'll be kicking it off. I think BC just picked up a scrimmage August 9th against Camden County. So, yes, football is here. All right. Next up, you got to give back to the community. Anthony Spoon Lanier II, okay? Picture cut off the second. Sorry, Anthony. Professional football player, San Diego, Washington. Now he's been playing up in the Canadian League with the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Well, he's holding, or his organization, Undefeated Warrior, is holding a 7-on-7 tournament at Jennifer Ross Sports Complex. I know the ad or the flyer says you got to register by June 3rd, but there is still room for teams to join. There's the registration link right there. Go on there, get your team in. It's $200, 7-on-7. It's going to go all day. High school kids from 13 to 17. It should be a lot of fun. Go check it out. And I know a lot of you know that I also do the Prep Sports Report. You got to check out the Prep Sports Report. More news about our high school kids. Like I said, the TV stations. Dennis Knight from Savannah Morning News does a great job. It's just my little help, or I got to say our little help. Coach Karl DeMasi, Stephen Elmo Weeks, Nathan Dominance, and Jeff Muller love doing it. And this is what happened the last couple of days. If you haven't caught it, go to prepsportsreport.com. Memento Football Club Academy. Tia Hedman going to the U.S. Olympic training facility. Kevin Farmer gets his own team. Kyle Farmer. Then we got Savannah Hayes, does great in the golf tournament. Mary Miller. These are all on the Prep Sports Report website, prepsportsreport.com. More stories about our local kids. You got to go check it out. All right. Go back to our news here. Step 2, in the door is college. Gabby Van Brunt out of the GCAT swimming organization, St. Andrews School in Alabama. She graduated in 23. She was a freshman last year. She swam in her second Olympic trials. She was in heat number 3 of the women's 100-meter butterfly. Van Brunt finished 38th out of 76 swimmers with a time of 59.02, 0.09 faster than her entry time to get into that. Great job. Expect a lot of good things. She's only a freshman, Gabby Van Brunt. All right. Then, of course, college football. That's right. College players in D1, voluntary, or all colleges, have voluntary workouts, generally cover a 28-day period within the month of June. They can go work out with their club, like Luke Kromenhawk is at Florida State. Jake Merkling is up at Tennessee. So, yeah, they're at college working out. July 29th, on or about, the colleges can start their first practice for the season. You got to be 4 weeks prior to the first game. For most teams, that will mean on or about August 5th. Now, D2, okay, can't start till roughly about August 7th. So they go a week later than the D1 schools, Savannah State. And officially, week 0, a term I think is silly and stupid if you ask me, just call it week 1, will kick off on August 24th for college football. All right. Step 3 in the door. Braves won this afternoon. They're 44-33. They beat the Cardinals 6-2. They lost the other night, 4-3 Monday night. They got rained out last night, so it's a doubleheader. They'll be coming on at 7:15 tonight. These two teams are 1-2 in the wild card race. All right, so these are big games. The teams will not meet again until July 19th, 2021 in Atlanta. After tonight's game, the Braves head to Chicago to play the White Sox to make up a game from April 3rd. And then they come back and play a 9-game homestand, okay, versus the Pirates, the Giants, and Phillies. 3 games in a row. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the Pirates. They got off Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the Giants. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, big meeting with the first place Philadelphia Phillies. Okay, so that's pros. We still got pros. Professional Travelers Championship. Brian Harmon was on fire. Okay, every round he shot in the 60s. The last round, the final round, he shot a 62. On the 15th hole, he reached the green, a 293 yard green, and he eagled it, got into like 16 under. He wound up like 5 or 6 strokes off the lead. I think 22 was the winner, Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler. So Harmon shot in the 60s in all 4 rounds. Now on the old guys tour, sorry, Gene Sowers, and sorry, Tim O'Neill. Gene's my age. Tim O'Neill's a lot younger than us. Okay. They both played at Dick's Sporting Goods Open in Endicott, New York. Gene tied for 25th place with a score of 6 under, shooting rounds of 73, 60, 71. And O'Neill finished tied for 38th with a score of 3 under, carding rounds of 71, 68, and 74. All right. Can't forget about the Savannah Bananas. They had the weekend off last week, but the party animals And the firefighters went out to Vegas. The party animals took both. The Bananas had the weekend off. The Bananas returned this weekend at Victory Field, home of the Pittsburgh Pirates AAA team, the Indianapolis Indians, in Indianapolis, Indiana. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, okay? You can watch the games on YouTube, BTV, that's Banana TV on YouTube. Check it out. And as always, go Bananas. Big announcement from the Savannah Ghost Pirates. The Pirates unveil their new NHL affiliate, the Stanley Cup champion, the Florida Panthers. Last year, they were an affiliate of the Las Vegas Knights, who also won the state Stanley Cup championship. Can you say the Ghost Pirates are good luck? A pirate or a ghost pirate, that's good luck. But anyway, that's who they'll be playing with. So we have the Charlotte Checkers, where the new coach came in. And then, of course, it starts with the Ghost Pirates, the Charlotte Checkers, and then if they make it, down to Miami for Hollywood, Florida, for the Florida Panthers. Congratulations, Florida Panthers, this year's Stanley Cup champion. All right, don't forget what's going on in the Soundgarden, okay? Got to make this quick. This Saturday, the Yacht Club. Join the fans for the Yacht Club at Coach's Corner, John Henderson's favorite band, for a full, fun-filled evening of drinks, music, and good vibes. Check out what's happening in the Soundgarden on YouTube. John Henderson, Thomas Claxton break it down with some band members from the Yacht Club. Then Saturday, July 13th, I heard this is a good one, Love Story, 7 o'clock. Join the fans in the Soundgarden for a night of Taylor Swift's greatest hits and love songs at Love Story. Ricky Swift is supposed to be phenomenal. Well, that's all the news and notes I got to start the show off. We got to thank, of course, the sponsors. Let me see if I can get myself back on here. There we go. We got to thank the sponsors who sponsor my show every Wednesday night. And then we're coming back with a 3-time defending head coach. She's also, I think, got 4 state rings. Okay. Does a phenomenal job at Savannah Christian with the Savannah Christian Preparatory Schools Lady Golf Team. No other than a Raider herself, Annie Baldwin Keller, coming up next 3.5 minutes. You're watching and listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I promise you, Coach, 3.5 minutes. We'll be back talking Raider golf. Hey, sports fans looking for the ultimate sport. Hey, sports fans looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden, now with more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Oh, we got a breeze coming through here, okay? And, of course, it's on the Soundguard stage, 75-inch TVs behind me, 9 75-inch TVs behind me. It's every Wednesday night. It's a lot of fun. I got things moving. The wind's blowing stuff around, so bear with me. But this is what it's all about, bringing on the guests that have done something special. I mean, 4 state rings, 1 as an athlete at the school, 3 as a coach, okay? So you got to help me welcome this young lady. She's a former Lady Raider golfer who played for the Savannah Christian squad that won the state title back in 2006, coached by the legendary Doyle Kelly. Now she's making her own waves, chipping shots and putting as the head coach. She's led the Raiders to 3 straight titles, 1 in Class A, 2 in Class 3A. This year, the Savannah Christian golf team ran away with the team championship once again, beating Gordon Lee by impressive 32 strokes, okay? But this is not what's all that special about it, because she gets to watch 2 of her players play it off to get the individual state championship also. Of course, Mary Miller, graduate, class of 2024, she's going to Georgia Southern, and Ava Cotis were tied at the end of the 2 rounds. So it must have been surreal for her to watch this going on, but she has a great program over there. She's a former Raider herself. Please join me welcoming her on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the head coach at Savannah Christian Preparatory School golf team, Annie Keller. Hi, Annie. How's it going?
Hey, Carl. I'm good. How are you?
Hey, you're a tough one to meet up with. I mean, because you're all over the place.
I do travel a good bit during the summer during my off time. So, but thank you for working with me to find a time to chat with you.
I mean, as soon as you won that championship, you had to take a break. I can understand that. So, but anyway, how are you feeling after this unbelievable season? I mean, you win by a landslide. You got 2 girls playing for the state individual championship besides playing for the championship. Tell us about this season. It must have been magical.
Yeah, surreal is probably the word I would use to describe it. It's one thing to have coached somebody like Mary Miller for 4 years, but to have somebody like Ava to come in to be a good support for her and have her for 4 years. It's a dream. I didn't even know that I had to have 2 girls like that leading the team in such a way. So it's been a real blessing for me to see them cultivate, a relationship as friends and as teammates. And so I'm just really blessed that I get to be a footnote in, their story of their golf careers that I know will take off after high school.
2 special young ladies there, and you got some younger girls in the cupboard too, but we'll see what happens with that next year. But reflect on this journey. I mean, from being a standout Lady Raider golf yourself with the legendary Doyle Kelly, how has your experience as a player influenced your coaching style and strategies?
Yeah, it's definitely influenced it. Golf is kind of one of those sports that I fell into when I wasn't successful at all the other things that I tried. And it was definitely my dad's dream to see me become a golfer, but it was certainly not something that I sought out to do initially. But I'm really blessed that I was able to, because while I failed at all of these other sports and extracurriculars, I tried. Winning a state championship as a student was definitely not something that I thought was possible. So being one of the first girls to be able to do that at Savannah Christian was a really impactful moment for me as a player. And that set me up to play in college. So playing for 4 years at the college level, again, was not something that I set out thinking was going to be a goal. But, God has a funny way of just putting you where he wants you to be. And so that set me up for that. And then I never thought I would work back at Savannah Christian, and I never thought I would coach. And again, that's something that God just kind of led me to. And then I certainly did not anticipate that I would win a state championship as a coach, much less 3 in a row. So it's kind of one of those, it's just the blessings just keep coming, and I don't really try for those blessings to come. It's just something that clearly God has meant for me. And I'm incredibly blessed that this is the path that golf, and Savannah Christian golf specifically, has set me on.
All right, so you've led the Raiders to 3 consecutive titles, with the last 2 in Class 3A, which is 2 above the first one. What do you believe has been the key factor to maintaining such a high level of performance and consistency in that program?
I credit a lot of that to Mary and Ava, honestly, because coaches, it's hard for us to implement something just in our season and within the parameters that we have as a school season. So a lot of the success that we achieve on this team is done by the daily habits and the daily practice of, the girls, and especially Ava and Mary being the leaders and setting that example for everything. So I honestly learn a lot from them. I take a lot of notes from them because they're much more talented and dedicated golfers than I was at their age. So I honestly just try and sit back and learn from them, and hopefully I can teach them something along the way. But I really credit their dedication to the sport that has set us up for the success that we've had.
Well, this year it was a runaway. I mean, last year, did you run away from it last year, or last year was close, wasn't it?
Last year was not close. We ran away with it with, I can't remember the exact number, but I think it was 52 strokes. We ran away with it last year. Yeah.
This year only 32 strokes, right?
Right. When we were in single A, the first year we won it recently, that was closer. We were actually down by 1 after the first round 2 years ago, and then ended up winning by just, I think, 7 strokes. So then to move to 3A, and it's always closer after the first day. And that's what's so great about golf is it's a long game. It's not a short game. It's do you have the dedication? Do you have the patience? Do you have the mental game to tough it out for not just 1 round, but 2 rounds? And I think the mental game that other players have when they play against us is something that really plays to our benefit, because we're not just good golfers, but we're mentally tough. And I think that's what it kind of boils down to, and who's going to win and who's going to lose.
All right. So you have Mary Miller, you have Ava Kotis. And once again, I'm saying about your dreams or being surreal. I mean, did you ever think that it would come down to a playoff hole for these two to win the individual state championship? And what was that feeling like watching that? I mean, how are you giving them advice, or if you were giving them any advice?
A lot of times with coaching, it's not always, my advice is not always needed or even wanted, but just my support and positivity. It's been fun to try and get to know these girls and see what works for them and what doesn't work for them. And a lot of times, like with Ava, for example, she's a talker. She wants to talk through her round. She wants to talk with you through about what's going well, what's not going well. She wants to ask you about well, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think? So just knowing that she needs that positivity. She's an external processor. She needs that to kind of keep her game up. So, just doing that. And then, I mean, Mary, anybody who's ever watched her play, Mary she is dialed in all the time. And so she's not an external processor the same way Ava is. but still just offering her that support, that encouragement, telling her you're proud of her and you support her is really what she needs. And the rest, she just takes care of business on her own. So that moment I knew it was, Ava's an excellent player. So I never doubted that it was possible that she could go neck and neck with Mary for that low medalist. It was just kind of one of those, as we're watching the scores, I just couldn't believe that it was going to come down to that. And so, I'm rattling my brain. I'm fighting back the tears of just, it's like picking your favorite child. Like I'm happy and excited no matter what happens, and just trying to be there for both of them and just help them be in the moment and enjoy this once in a lifetime opportunity they have with each other.
Yeah, it must have been really special. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network right here on the Soundgarden stage. I'm talking to the Savannah Christian Preparatory School girls head golf coach, 3-time state champion. She's also got a 4th ring when she was a player. So Mary Miller, talk about Mary Miller. Coaches are blessed in a coaching career with a handful of exceptional athletes. What has the experience been like with Mary Miller?
It's been greater than I could have hoped for. I met her, the first time I met her was out at the Landings when it was the summer between her 8th grade and 9th grade year. And everyone kept telling me about this Mary Miller, and I couldn't wait to meet her. And she's just so quiet and reserved. And her freshman year, she was the only girl that I had. I couldn't get anybody else to play golf to give her a team. So she played as an individual, which meant she tagged along with the boys a lot. And she ended up being runner-up low medalist for the state championship that year. And so just watching her kind of be this quiet, soft-spoken, introverted player to each year, once she got a team, she just really blossomed, and she's such a leader with them. And it's just so natural to see her just set the example for others, lead others. She's so dedicated. She's so committed. So just watching her just dominate the golf industry at her age has just been incredible. And, each year that passed by, we both just kind of told each other, like, one more year down, like the time is short. And so by the time she graduated from us, she was a completely different person from that freshman that I saw. Obviously not only in her golf game that just continued to get better and better and better, but she really just blossomed into this incredibly mature, responsible, loving, kind, dedicated person that I'm just blessed that I got to be a small little piece of a chapter in her life.
All right. So now I know you're a golfer, and you played high school golf, state championship, and you said, Mary was the quiet, focused. Ava wants to talk about it. And this has been a big issue lately. We got all these mental coaches with athletes. So what does mental toughness mean to golf, and how do you help your players develop and maintain that through these state championship matches?
Yeah, mental. There are so many golf phrases out there that talk about how essential your mental toughness is, because kind of like what I said earlier, it's a long game. It's not quick, and it's not rapid fire. It is slow, and it takes time. And a lot of times, there's not much going on except, what's going on in your head. So you've really got to be mentally tough to not let one shot define you. It's so easy to hit one bad shot and just let your brain just roll with that and think about, oh no, I double bogeyed this hole. I swore I had to birdie it. And this girl in my group, like, she's on a roll. If I'm going to beat her, it's just so easy to let those intrusive thoughts just run away with you. So it takes practice. It takes intentionality to be that tough and to not let one or two shots define your entire game. The most successful golfers out there are ones that know you're going to hit bad shots, but it's how you recover from those bad shots, not just physically, but how do you recover mentally, and just kind of put it in a space in the back of your head. Like, you're going to dwell on those bad shots later, but let it be after the round. Do not let it be during your round so that it affects the rest of it and can still pull it out.
All right, last question for you, okay? All right, so you're losing a great player. You got Ava coming back. You want to mention the two other girls that are coming back. So looking ahead, what are your goals for the future of this golf program, and how do you plan on continue building on the success that you've achieved over the last 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, well, with Ava as a senior, and she'll be the captain of the team, like I know she's got some goals and she's very capable and very talented. So just because we're wishing Mary good luck when she goes to Southern doesn't mean that, you know, we're just giving up. I think it'll just look different since we've had Mary kind of be this solid number one for us for the past 4 years. So I think it's just going to look a little different. And again, I think my job is just encouraging the girls in all the right ways. Trying to motivate them, trying to keep them on this good path that we've had. And just understanding that we may just have to do things a little differently than we have in the past. And that's okay, because we'll be a different team. But I'm excited. I'm excited for some new 8th graders to come in, some new students from other schools that are coming. So I'm hoping that all of the success we've had will kind of generate excitement for other girls in this Savannah area to be like, oh, I can go play golf at Savannah Christian, and we can try and keep this good thing going.
Well, I didn't say it to start the show because I know you're a very humble person, but once again, congratulations to you for being the Savannah Morning News Best of Preps Girls Coach of the Year, no matter what sport. You deserve it. You worked hard for it. Keep it up. And as I keep on saying, as you'll always keep on saying, go Raiders.
Thank you, Karl. Go Raiders.
Thank you, Annie, for finally getting back, and we can work this out. But great job as always.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll talk to you.
Bye.
Just being part of that programming, being coached by the legendary Doyle Kelly, and being a state champion as an athlete, coming back to your alma mater, and you being the coach to win some state championships. She's got 3 more to catch Doyle Kelly. I think she might do that. I think she might. I'm not putting any pressure on her, but I think she might have a shot at doing that. But once again, Annie Baldwin Keller, Coach Keller now, Annie Baldwin when she attended Savannah Christian. Great job. Unbelievable program. And I tried getting the girls on, but like she said, I think Mary's playing at some U.S. golf tournament right now. So it's tough getting them all together. But I'm glad I got Annie on because she deserves the recognition because she does a great job with that program at Savannah Christian. All right. Got a couple of comments here. If you got a comment, you're going to have to go to Facebook. My number one fan, Dennis Kessler. I don't know how to turn on the YouTube comments, but you can make them on Facebook also, which you found out. I appreciate it. And as he says every week, he loves the show. I think the Braves have a shot at catching the Phillies. I can't wait till football starts either. Dennis, is going to be an exceptional year, especially with all the Savannah schools playing in different categories or different classifications, and they get to play each other in the championships or the playoffs. So we'll see what happens with that. So this year, all 26 private schools in Class 3A to 1A will play in their own championship. So that means even though Calvary and Savannah Christian aren't playing, they could meet up in that playoff scenario. And don't count out Savannah Country Day because the little team that could can. Okay, which leads us into a perfect segue. Thank you, Dennis. Always a pleasure. Next up, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, the Georgia High School State Association Class 3A 300-meter state champion, second place in the 110 hurdles. And I'm telling you, he's 6'5" and runs a 40 and 4.5. Pretty impressive. And he plays defensive back in football. I can't wait to talk to him about that. But joining me next from Savannah Country Day, state champion, rising senior, Andrew Wynn. We'll be back, Andrew, in 3.5 minutes. Hang in there. Got to thank the sponsors. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here, Soundgarden Stage, Coach's Corner, center of the sports universe, every Wednesday night from 7 to about 8 p.m. You can listen to all your sports information, or I think I'm a pretty decent expert on what goes on here in Savannah sports. So I got to thank John Hinson for letting me be here. But hey, if you like this, go to my YouTube page, subscribe, turn on the bell. Every time the show comes up on a Wednesday night, you can watch the coach. All right, this is, like I say, I know I hear from everybody. Coach, you're a broken record. You say the stuff. Now, I grew up with the vinyl era, okay? So whether it's a broken DVD or a CD or a VHS tape, but whatever you want to call it, okay? This is my favorite part of the show, okay? This summer, I've been highlighting all the state champions in track and field. And this guy, just like Coach Keller from Savannah Christian, who was just on, a lot of different places this kid's going left and right. He's also a football player. He is a 3-sport athlete, even though he took off the basketball season this year. But, I mean, what do you want me to tell you, okay? He's 6'5", runs 4.5 40. Took first place in the Georgia High School State Association 300 hurdles in 39.16. Then he finishes second in the 110 meter hurdles with a 14.59. Pretty impressive. Got himself a goal. He broke, I don't know how many records over there at Savannah Country Day. But joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete from Savannah Country Day, track and field, Andrew Wynn. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, good to see you.
Hey, finally catching up with you. What do you mean? I mean, you're all over the place.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Been all over the country the past few months. So, yes, sir.
I mean, it's been like 5 weeks. We've been trying to set this up. We finally found a date to do this. But once again, congratulations on your outstanding performances at the Class 3A state meet. You also went to a national meet. But how did it feel to win the 300 hurdles with the best time in the area for that sport?
It felt great, to be honest. Just reaching a goal that I've been working at for the past 3 years. it's more than I could have asked. I kind of went into the season expecting, maybe, cutting down my time this year, getting higher than I did last year, but obviously I couldn't have thought I got first, but it was really amazing.
So when you crossed the finish line, what was your reaction?
I think right when I crossed the finish line, I mean, I knew I had done it. So I think I started clapping. And I right away looked over at my family and my coaches, and they were all cheering, and it was a great feeling.
Nice. Was Maddie there, or she was watching from far away?
Oh no, I think she was watching online. She couldn't make it.
She's all over the place too.
Yeah.
She'll probably tell you about the driving days I had with her, but that's another story. So anyway, this is about you. So you also set a personal record school record in 110-meter hurdles, finishing second. What was that like? I mean, were you that close?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I was able to cut my time down a whole half second just in that one race, which is something unheard of.
Pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I didn't expect that either. The whole season I'd been chopping down. I started the season with a 16 flat and was able to get it down, a little bit, a little bit per meet, but being able to get it down 0.5 in one race was amazing.
Getting it down in one season to almost a second off your time is pretty unbelievable. So, I mean, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. So, now walk us through that race. Were you close? Were you behind? Were you far behind? Or were you ahead? Walk us through that race.
So it really, like all races, I feel like all of them kind of feel the same. It's just, you go through your warm up, you get stretched out, you go over a few hurdles, and then once you step on that track and get down in your blocks, everything kind of goes blank. Really with every race, because it's kind of just a zone that you get in where it's just muscle memory kicks in.
Nice. Okay. And I know you told me, you corrected me when I sent you the questions, which that's why I send the questions so I can get my information straight and you know what I'm going to ask you. But technically, you're a 3-sport athlete. You gave up the basketball this year because you told me to concentrate on football track. But how do you manage the time with school, football, getting ready for the track season, lifting weights? Now you're getting ready and you visited college for football. I mean, how do you manage the time and maintain the top performance that you've been doing across the whole season?
I mean, it's really just a grind. I mean, I only have these 4 years in high school, and so got to make the most of it. So some days I'll be going out with a few guys, and I'll get 2 to 3 practices in per day, whether that's lifting twice a day or going to the field in the morning, going in the afternoon. So it really just depends on the day, but it's definitely a grind.
Now, is there a different training regime or training regimen that you use for both sports, or it really goes hand in hand, football and track?
Yeah, I'd say it really goes hand in hand. Football is a lot of, coordination, knowing what my body's doing and, where I am. And it's a lot of conditioning as well. And then track, it's just a lot of speed, and it's a lot of hip flexibility and hip mobility. And so I'd say they definitely play hand in hand.
They get that leg over that swinging gate, right? That's the big one too, right?
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
All right. So you had an unbelievable season during your high school season, and of course the state track meets, the regionals, and everything else. You had several first place finishes throughout the season. Besides winning the state championship and finishing second in that 110-meter hurdles, which victory stands out the most and why?
I'd say my sectional meet, my 300-meter hurdle race at sectionals definitely stood out because I went into the race. I think I was seeded 3rd or 4th. I was probably 6th in the state for 3A. And so I kind of went into it not expecting much. Obviously, I was going to try my hardest, but, sometimes you have to be realistic, as someone would say. But I went into the race trying a new strategy that I kind of made up, 10 minutes before the race, and it worked. So I tried that again at state, and it led to my win.
Sometimes, you learn and you work on different things and different methods, and it comes into play. So that's pretty impressive. Okay. How does this sound? Andrew Wynn, senior, Savannah Country Days. So your senior year is approaching. What are your goals for your final year over there at Savannah Country Day on Saunders Field, track and field? What are your plans?
So obviously I'd want to win state in both events. It's going to be definitely a little different now that it's all the classifications for private going for the same championship. But we'll see. I mean, Mile Split hasn't updated anything with how the times are.
Right.
And so honestly, we'll just have to see when the season runs around. But I'd say a big goal of mine is just being able to attract coaches onto campus and giving like my other teammates that are really talented like opportunities to be seen and recruited.
Nice. Okay, so now football and track and field, buddy. You've been going to all these football camps. Where you headed as far as that goes, as far as college, which you probably can do both because they're both different seasons.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough decision to make. I'm definitely going to have to make it, within the next couple of months. But I think I would like to ideally do both if it's possible. But a lot of football coaches kind of want all your time. So we'll have to see when the time comes.
Yeah, your sister probably could tell you, and a lot of other people that that play top-notch Division I football or athlete sport. You're married to that coach. You're married to that sport. It's pretty tough. Now, academically wise, how you doing that way? And is that going to play a big role in the school you choose also?
It's been good so far at Country Day. I feel like everyone, at least from Savannah, knows that the academics there are good and can set you up for the next level. So I think that the academics at the next level definitely play a role. I'd like to go somewhere where I can get a good degree, I can get a good education. But I don't want to go to like a top school. I'm not looking at any Ivies. So yeah.
Nice. Okay. So of course, I talked about your sister Maddie, all world athlete there at Country Day, but your parents have been a big support. So tell us about the role your family has played in your athletic journey and how they supported you through all the successes and challenges right now up to your senior year.
I mean, they've just been so supportive and just helpful with everything, every step of the way. Before high school, they weren't pushing me to, go out and, be the best at my sports. They were kind of letting me do what I wanted to do. And because of that, I, didn't train every day. I didn't, work hard. But then once, I got to around sophomore year, I kind of picked it up. And I mean, before I was able to drive, they were taking me to those 3 practices a day and, taking me around the country. So it's been great. They've been very helpful.
Very supportive, very supportive. All right. And I'm not gonna get to this next question yet, but football wise, new coach, what's it like going over there at Country Day this year as far as football is going?
Honestly, it's looking great. I think I'm pretty sure we have more players this year, a lot of underclassmen, but I mean, anything can happen with that. And I think the new coaching staff is definitely going to be great. We have our new strength coach. I mean, he's nothing like I've ever seen. Definitely great. I mean, our new offensive coordinator, another great coach, and then obviously the head coach. So with all, oh, hello.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We got a little internet connection here. Can you hear me, Andrew? Okay.
I can hear you.
So go ahead. You were saying about the new coach. He got cut off.
Oh, sorry. But I think that yeah, I think that all 3 of our new coaches so far, their extensive backgrounds in the collegiate level and high school level and just across all levels is definitely going to help a lot to what we want.
All right. So how long have you been at Country Day?
The whole life.
Your whole life, your whole 13. Well, this will be your 13th year. So you've
Yes.
seen a lot of athletes and coaches come through the door there at Savannah Country Day. Who's inspired you throughout your high school?
I'd say probably my biggest inspiration for my athletics was probably my brother. He was a senior when I was a freshman, and he switched to football being his main sport probably junior year. And honestly, when training with him, even 2 years out, like after he stopped playing football, it's still hard to guard him or playing against him. And so I think he definitely had the talent to go on to be a collegiate player, but because of injuries and he just wasn't able to go on. And so I think that's inspired me to kind of go and do what he wasn't able to.
Nice. And I know this is just coming to you just said your brother, big guy too. How tall was your brother?
He's like 6'3", 230 or 220.
So he has a little weight on you. You got a little height, okay? But what do college coaches what are they looking for in you? I mean, you're 6'5". You played defensive back. You run a 4.5 40. What are they looking for in Andrew Wynn?
I think they're looking for honestly. Every single coach I've talked to has told me at the next level I'm not playing corner, which is a sad truth. I mean, there's not any 6'5" corners in college football, and so
no, there isn't.
Where they could use my my size and my athletic ability. If they can use it somewhere else, then I'm fine with it. So a lot of it has been for edge or outside linebacker.
Yeah, I figured you'd say edge rusher or outside linebacker. Pretty impressive. So after high school, last question. After high school, do you have any plans or aspirations? We know you want to compete at the college level, but anything you want to do later on in life outside of athletics?
Yeah, I'd love to, when I get to college, I'm looking to either get business, or go into business or go into bio pre-med. And so I haven't made up my decision on, my career path, but it'll definitely be one of those.
Well, Andrew, congratulations. That's why you're this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week for an outstanding state track meet. You just did a great job, and I wish you all the best senior year. I can't wait to come watch a couple of games, watch you play. I watched a number of them last year, so I was pretty impressed that such a tall kid can play cornerback. But you guarded the majority of the better teams, wide receivers. You did a great job. I wish you the best of luck, and once again, thanks for coming on, and tell the family I said hello.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Go Hornets.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Andrew. I mean, you can tell he's got a head on his shoulder. I mean, just 6'5", definitely an edge rusher, outside linebacker, 6'5", playing cornerback in high school. Pretty impressive. And then to win the state meet, he's only a junior. And like he said, this year in Georgia high school, class 3A, 2A, 1A is going to be split. You're going to have a private school champion. You're going to have a public school champion, all one classification. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how he does there. He had to do it this year in 3A anyway, so he did a great job. So very impressed with that young man. And like with Coach Annie Baldwin Keller and with Andrew, I had to wait to get them on. I mean, I've been trying for the last 5 weeks, and I'm glad they finally found the time to come on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. So once again, if you have a story or you have an athlete that you want to nominate, okay, let me go to my banners. At the bottom of the screen, send your stories, recaps, nominees for Athlete of the Week to to K DeMasi at prepsportsreport.com or text final scores to 912-507-9158 or text me an athlete's name and I'll get in touch with you. I want to get them up. Like I said, with the Prep Sports Report, and I know I'm going to throw this on there quick. These are just 5 stories that we posted on the Prep Sports Report this week. I want you to check them out. Let's get the news out there for these kids. It's another avenue to give them more publicity. It's also a great avenue to let them how to learn public speaking, and hopefully I do a decent job, and I'm not that bad at it. but to come on the show, handle the questions, and, that's what I'm looking for. So once again, check it out. And like it said there on that last banner page, I've been doing this since 2000. Started out doing a magazine, 2010. Was lucky enough to do the magazine and to get on the radio and have my own show. That's why it's called the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's just to get more information out there for these kids and just to give them more publicity, because it's not about the old ball, Coach. Okay, because I'm past that time. But once again, I appreciate Annie Baldwin Keller finally making it on, the Savannah Christian Preparatory School head golf coach, 3-time state championship as a coach, 1 time as a player, and Andrew Wynn for winning the 300-meter Class 3A gold medal and second in the 110-meter. So pretty impressive. You got somebody? Let me know. Well, that's about it. If you got anything special, please let me know. And like I say every week, please say a prayer for what's going on in this crazy world. It's just getting crazier and crazier. And hopefully I took your mind off of that for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, even 10 minutes. That's what it's all about. Say a prayer for everybody that's been having issues and what's going on. And like I say every week, whatever you're doing today, tomorrow, always hit it out of the park. Until I see you next week, may it be your best week ever. God bless. Peace out. Little hot, but you got to love it. Talk to you.